I was unaware that personality disorders even existed up until my mid-40s, so I suppose I've been lucky in that respect. And this video will be an introduction. I'm trying to make it short, about 5 minutes or less, about my personal experience and who I believe, um, what I believe was my recent intimate relationship with somebody who had borderline personality disorder. It was an intimate relationship. It lasted through 5 cycles. I actually didn't even know or find out about borderline personality disorder until about the third cycle. So how I found out was a psychologist friend gave me some advice. I told him about this relationship that I had, and that this person kept disappearing right when things seemed to be going really well. And this psychology person, a friend, told me to look up reactive attachment disorder. So I looked up reactive attachment disorder and did a little bit more reading, and then all of a sudden I see this borderline personality disorder. Never heard of it before, even though I enjoyed that movie Fatal Attraction. I never really put two and two together on that. But I Googled it, and then of course you see the DSM criteria, the 9 criteria, and I started reading through that, and I was seeing, one of the ones that stood out was self-harm. I do remember seeing, 10 plus cuts on her arms and kind of really deep ones on her ankle. And I, of course, asked her about those, and, I got kind of a, halfway answer, those are old or whatever, and I did those, but I didn't even know what that even meant. So, I read through more of the diagnostic criteria, and it turns out that this person actually met most of them. And I just couldn't believe that I actually arrived at some kind of encounter, my first encounter with borderline personality disorder. And so what ended up happening, so I went through 5 cycles, and they ended the same every time. So every time there was nothing really went terribly wrong. We would be together a lot. It would be very intimate, and I was getting really into the relationship. And then suddenly the texting, which was every day, slows down. Then it suddenly disappears, and there's a ghosting involved. There's a lack of reply to texts, and then poof, they're gone. So, and then a month or two go by, and then suddenly out of nowhere this person contacted me again. And I'm a believer in second chances or whatever, and of course didn't even know what borderline was until my third cycle. So I did allow 2 cycles to happen post knowledge. So it turns out that this last time there was a separation, 4 months went by, so quite a long period of time, and then I got a 6th Hoover, and I was able to get out of that one, but and stay no contact. So I might have a video on that about what I did to kind of end the cycling. Kind of an interesting little side story here is this person was actually my next door neighbor, so I could hang out with her within 20 seconds if I wanted. And so yeah, this is I'll be covering single topics in videos to follow, but I think that's a good enough introduction for now, and we shall see where this goes.